But their story all along under Kim Caldwell is to utilize their depth and to utilize their bench. And so others will have to step up here this evening as the 10 seed Tennessee takes on the 7 seed NC State. Wolfpack knocked out Tennessee a couple of years ago en route to the Final Four. Are they about to start on a similar path here tonight?
Well, NC State already has a win over Tennessee, the first game of the season. And NC State's solution is exactly the way Tennessee plays. The court will open up. Tennessee will bring 2 to the ball. The Wolfpack like to play unscripted off the bounce. This could be the perfect recipe to get them going early.
Here is Cooper. She'll drive. Off glass, no good. Offensive rebound, around and down. And the opening bucket for the junior from South Carolina. Now in her 3rd year at Tennessee after starting out her career as a Gamecock.
Well, NC State's going to need some help inbounding the ball right away. There's 2 on Brooks.
Zoe did a terrific job of handling the pressure. Limited turnovers, limited points off of turnovers in the regular season meeting for Tennessee as a result of plays like that.
Unscripted, off the bounce, in the open floor for the Wolfpack.
Turnover, and a leak out for Zam Jones. And the guards for NC State. A terrific tandem, both on the board early.
And Tennessee plays fast. They pass it and they shoot it. They like the corner threes. They've made the 6th most corner threes in college basketball this season.
Latham with the turnaround. As you check out tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Capital One.
Full court pressure, Beth. Great defensive pressure by Tennessee. And NC State's got to welcome it. They got to take care of the ball. And Tennessee's 2 baskets earlier on offensive rebounds. They got to clean up the glass.
Tilda Trieger knocks that one down, and it's a 3 of 3 start for NC State.
They have to get Trieger going. At 6'6", she can present some problems inside.
Leopoldo off the mark.
Trieger didn't even take a shot in the last game NC State played in. It's good to see her get going early.
Brooks, mid-range, 4 for 4 to open up the game for the Wolfpack. It's a Tennessee team, by the way, that is accustomed to different lineups. They have used 20 different starting lineups in their 29 games this year.
NC State switching on the perimeter.
Cooper, that won't go. Paldo able to come up with it. Another offensive rebound. She's short on that shot. And here comes Brooks. Dribbling away from the double, the runner along the baseline, and they've started out hitting their first 5 shots.
Welcome to the tournament, NC State. Wow. They had a spirited practice yesterday. Wes Moore has been on them for 2 weeks. And you want to say agitated. I thought Wes had a pebble in his shoe all practice yesterday.
Well, we know it's well documented. Tennessee struggles down the stretch. NC State did not look sharp the last couple of weeks of the regular season. So both hoping for a fresh start here tonight. Shot clock winding down. Paldo has to jack, and it's blocked by Jones. Wes Moore now in his 13th season at NC State. 37 years total as a head coach. Only Gino Auriemma has more wins amongst active coaches.
879 career wins. 37 years, 13 with the Wolfpack. 1 losing record in 37 years, his first year as a head coach at Maryville. Maryville College in Tennessee.
Wes's 26th NCAA tournament on the sideline. Jones looking for Trieger, diving to the bucket. How about a 6 for 6 start for the Wolfpack?
They go naked side, 2-man game, perfect execution with Trieger.
Substitutions already into the game for Tennessee. They turn it over again. Brooks off the cross, into the lane, and a foul.
And NC State has built this without Camille Pierre even having a touch yet. This is what I'm talking about, Beth. The unscripted, open floor play, features the NC State backcourt. That's why I call it a solution for their issues lately. They like to play off the bounce.
You got to be well conditioned too, because Tennessee will constantly throw fresh legs at you. They just made a substitution of 4 different players. They don't have anybody, Debbie, that's played 30 minutes a game, but they do have 10 players that have played at least 10 minutes a game this year. Those hockey substitutions and the pressure and pace that Kim Caldwell has instituted here in her 2nd season, after success, Debbie, at lower levels, trying to reach that same kind of success in the SEC and in the NCAA.
2 Final Fours, Division II at Glenville State for Kim Caldwell. So she knows what winning looks like. This is her 2nd year, 16-13 coming into the tournament. Quite honestly, I don't remember somebody with 16 wins getting in the NCAA tournament, but they had really good metrics and they play in a really hard league. They went 8-8 in league play, and it was enough to get them in. And they've been in every tournament that the NCAA has put forth.
Plenty of heat on her this year. She did get a vote of confidence from her athletic director prior to the NCAA tournament. This is a big night for Tennessee women's basketball, and there's a foul on the rebound. They are hammering the glass early here offensively. That's one thing for sure.
Well, that's a part of what they do well. And you see, 3rd year as a head coach of Division I.
Tennessee to inbound. There's Jada Civil.
But it's a long game and it's a high possession game, so no lead is safe against Tennessee. That would be their 4th turnover in 4 minutes of play.
A little sloppy early on as Zam Jones pulls up and hits, and NC State has not missed in the first 4 minutes of the game. They're 7 of 7. Travel has a spin, good help defense for NC State.
I mean, look at this steal right here by NC State, and Zoe Brooks pushing up the floor to Zam Jones to get into mid-range. Wolfpack scoring easily in transition.
These turnovers leading to transition opportunities for NC State. Those are not the kind of turnovers that Kim Caldwell says she can live with.
No, the only ones she likes are the ones that advance the ball.
And NC State turns it over there. And here comes 5 more substitutions all at once for Tennessee, including Maya Paldo, Mia's sister, coming on.
You know, it puts a lot of pressures on the officials because they got to constantly count. They have 5 on the floor. I mean, you know, the officials count when they inbound. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure before they put the ball in play.
5 turnovers, just a couple baskets made so far for Tennessee. They've fallen behind early.
Samuel's trying to weak Cooper, meaning force her left. She's a hard right-hand driver, and she put a lot of points on the board the last time against NC State driving right.
Brooks, Trigger able to track it down, keep it alive. Zam Jones, pull up three. Westmore's like, what? My goodness.
You talk about hot.
A 15-0 run, timeout Tennessee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that one's number 8 without a miss to open up tonight.
The Wolfpack starts this tournament going 8 for 8. That's right, 8 shots, 8 makes, all in transition, attacking the Tennessee full court pressure. NC State likes to go unscripted with their elite level playmaking in the backcourt between Brooks and Jones, and they are clicking, and I'm talking about on fire clicking, forcing Kim Caldwell's Tennessee team to call a timeout after a 15-0 run early in the first.
Brooks and Jones have combined for 15. Tennessee has already played 10 different guys. They've turned it over 5 times. It's been a huge problem early on.
And Westmore getting Zoe Brooks an early break. That's important because he needs her late. And you mentioned it already. There's a fitness component here and a wear down factor with Tennessee's depth and their length.
Can't get too high, can you, Debbie? Early on against Tennessee because
too many possessions
too many possessions to go as Cooper hits a three, and boy, did Tennessee need that. Coming out of that timeout, that ends the 15-0 run.
Well, Cooper's been their best player all season. I think she's been their most consistent. She's the one player you know what you're going to get from every night, defensively and on the offensive end.
Camille Pierre looking to get involved, and a block shot, held ball, will stay at this end. As Tennessee plays tonight, a reminder, without Janiah Barker. Fell ill earlier today and is out. And we'll take the timeout here midway through this first quarter in the opening round of the NCAA tournament. A couple wins in a row for NC State over Tennessee, including the season opener in Greensboro earlier this year. Went right down to the wire. Camille Pierre, a big bucket late, and a couple of free throws from Zam Jones late, and a three-point win for the Wolfpack. So the winner of this 10-7 matchup will advance to take on the 2-seed Tennessee on Sunday afternoon.
The 2-seed Michigan.
Michigan, excuse me.
We know what you were talking about.
I see Tennessee in the...
I had the game, Beth, in November with Pam Ward. She and I were on the call for that one. And it was an entertaining, up and down, fast-paced, each team making a run at a different time. That's why you can't count Tennessee out in. It's too early in the game. There's going to be a lot more possessions. And Kim Caldwell talked yesterday about getting 4 or 5 more rebounds than NC State, trying to take 20 more shots than their opponent, getting all the 50-50 balls, which we've seen their effort on the offensive glass already, and then passing the ball and getting some assists. There is no plan B. This is the way they play. This is the way they plan to play, and they're going to bring that for 40 minutes.
10 players on the floor already.
No plan B were her words.
It's been a tough go this year. They lost during the regular season to all 4 teams that were eventually assigned #1 seeds in the NCAA tournament, including historic losses to both Connecticut and South Carolina. They're trying to change the story here in the postseason.
They go horns, stagger for Cooper, and she can get to that right hand, and it's so dangerous.
Good help from Kaishi Moonen, who's checked into the game. Freshman from Arizona. Open look for 3, and knocking it down is Nia Robertsons. Also gets the takeaway.
Lazy
for Spearman. She's got the lay-in. And a couple buckets in a row out of the timeout for Tennessee.
Lazy long passes won't work against the press of Tennessee.
Cutting the deficit in half are the Lady Vols. NC State has missed just 1 shot so far in this first quarter. And now they turn it over, and the tide has turned.
And Westmore needs to get Zoe Brooks back on the floor. And just a really good hammer screen on the backside. Looks like a flare, but it's an excellent job. And then another steal on a lazy inbound pass.
So now Tennessee with some momentum. Scored on their last 3 possessions. Sybil, uncontested, drove right down the heart of the defense to score.
So Zoe Brooks is going to have to get open by herself, and I asked her about that yesterday at practice. There's a wear-down effect to that.
Samuels hits the 3 in transition.
Zoe will have to pick and choose her spots where to rest, but she's going to have to work really hard to get open. Westmore doesn't want to bring 2 to the ball that far away from the basket.
Robertson will try and match it. Long rebound, and Zoe did not box out. Another opportunity for Tennessee.
No spacing by Tennessee in the corner.
Aldo. Quick to pull the trigger on that 3. Another offensive rebound. And it's It's out of bounds to NC State.
Right hand drive to the hole. Zoe Brooks can't help off the strong corner because there's a shooter over there. And then Samuel's doing a really good job of running to the deep corner in transition to space out the press.
Samuels is the junior who transferred in from UConn, part of their national championship roster last year's window, and takes a hit. And will head to the line.
How does she make this shot? I mean, under duress, and when you're under duress, again, this is the skill set of the Wolfpack backcourt. Unscripted, in transition, open floor drives.
And that is the second foul on Alyssa Latham, who Jess Sims found out prior to the game she would probably be the one that would pick up a lot of Janiyah Barker's minutes tonight.
You have to match the intensity of Tennessee on the offensive glass if you're NC State. You got to turn and check somebody because they're coming. And they press. So because they press, they're bringing 5 to the offensive glass anyway. So they're going to keep the pressure on the offensive board. You better block out. If they weren't a pressing team, you might send somebody back because you're worried about transition, but they're not worried about that.
14 inbounds. Spearman on the drive, and she gets 2 off the window. And a double to Brooks to make her give it up. Jones thought about the 3. Quigley will shoot the 3. Sybil drives it, pitches it. Ball passed up on the shot. Spearman will not. And Triever gets fouled on the rebound.
Spearman is a 24% three-point shooter. But off the bounce and to the rim, she can get to the rack with her size and frame at 6'4". She finishes 47% at the rim.
Minute 17 to go here in this chaotic first quarter, 25-16, NC State.
Exactly the way we like it.
End.
Both teams playing hard.
Will help out Brooks across midcourt.
Coach Caldwell, I'm sure, every time plays the percentages with their team. Like, they're not going to stay 8 for 8. They're not going to keep making every shot. You just got to keep hanging in there.
Pierre, that won't go. And Camille still wanting for her first basket. That's her first shot of this quarter. And it's Cooper for 3. So and Kai-Shi Lunan are going to have to provide quality minutes for NC State. They're going to need their guard play and their shot making. Brooks pulls up off the front of the rim, and there's one of the best rebounders in the country getting after it. Pierre is fouled.
You look at Cooper's bringing the offense to you and Quigley's backpedal. That ain't going to work. You got to get up and you got to push her left and not let her get to that right hand. She is so solid. As I said before, I think of all the Lady Vols, she's been the most consistent this year.
Number 25, Janiyah
Prawl will come back in to replace Robertson. 20 on the shot clock, 32 on the game clock here in the first quarter. Jones, unattended, around and out. And here comes Tennessee. Shot clock is off. I don't even know if they... Look at that shot clock. At the pace they play. Paldo for 3. Long rebound to Zam Jones, running with Zoe.
Zam took a look at the shot clock.
And she draws a foul on Paldo.
Tennessee foul on number 13, Mia Paldo.
Set you set your defense now.
Oh no, it is the team fifth.
No, it is the fifth. I looked at the board up there. I thought it said 3.
So Zam Jones to the line, a 77% free throw shooter. It was her late free throws that iced the Tennessee regular season win.
So not a good foul. Except for the way Tennessee plays, they like possession, so maybe they just want to get
maybe they'll trade a 2 for a 3.
Get the ball back. Let's see if NC State puts a little token pressure right here.
This is the second, so Paldo to Cooper. And she will generate. Pierre defending. Cooper, sidestep three, no. And that'll take care of the first quarter. The lead was as many as 15 for State. They'll take it up 7 for the first 10 minutes.
Surviving the 15-0 Wolfpack run, and the Lady Vols are right back in it.
At practice, they were feeling the juice, feeling loose, having fun. All the coaches and a couple of the practice players made a little tunnel there. And you can see here, just enjoying the moment. There's even a Bluetooth boombox that I definitely have to mention there because you know it's Bluetooth. But they're starting to do that here in the latter half of that first quarter, and every team has its ups and downs in adversity, but Coach Kim Caldwell said to me, there's so much love in this team, and they're grateful for this moment because not everyone has the opportunity to play right now, so they're not going to waste it, Bev.
Yeah, well, you know, the history of Tennessee and the standard is so high with the 8 national championships, second only to UConn, the legendary Coach Pat Summitt for nearly 4 decades on that sideline. That's a special place. That's a special uniform to wear, Debbie. We've been around the program an awful lot. 7-game skid is unprecedented, and everybody over there is working so hard to try and right this ship and at least make a mark, something positive in this NCAA tournament. This was a Sweet 16 team a year ago.
That's right. It's a lot to live up to, that's for sure. Holly Warlick tried, Kelly Harper has tried, all getting to the NCAA tournament, just not getting deeper into the Final Four. They haven't been in the Final Four since 08.
An offensive foul, the charge taken by Denia Paul.
And Holly Warlick did get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah. I mean, they have the second most wins, the most games played in NCAA tournament history with the 18 Final Fours. But as you referenced, it's hard to believe 2008, their last title and their last trip to the Final Four.
NC State showing the second possession of zone off the last timeout of the quarter.
The second. Tennessee was able to cut the deficit in half, down by as many as 15. As NC State opened the game 8 for 8. Brooks. And Cox in the corner.
You gotta be strong with the ball, you got a ball fake, and you gotta pound it.
Sam Jones pitches it back outside. Krieger lost it. Tennessee ball. Just over a minute into this quarter, 3 subs coming on for Tennessee.
See, Beth, when the game slows down, that has been the Wolfpack's issue all year, executing in the quarter court. Where Wes Moore is almost an offensive genius when it comes to running sets and getting his team and his personnel in the right spots. This group, without any seniors, void of some leadership, when the game slows down, they just sometimes don't execute at the level that Wes Moore is accustomed to. That's part of the reason why for 2 weeks he's been on it.
Zam is going to commit the foul way out top.
NC State foul is number 3.
Zam's trying to jump on that right hand,
Her first,
trying to force it back to the left.
First on her. Yeah, Wes Moore, 5 ACC championships in the last 7 years. That includes a 3-peat at one point in the ACC tournament. Trip to the Final Four. In and out for Cooper, and Pierre, who is the best Power 5 rebounder in the country, snags another one.
Led the ACC in double-doubles with 21 this season. Led the league in rebounding.
Jones on the drive. Scoops it up and in. And Zam Jones into double digits already. Cooper working on Krieger.
Good job by Trigger to build a wall, stay vertical, and make Cooper score over the top, then turn and box.
Yeah, one of the most improved bigs in the country this year is Tilda. Pierre faces up.
They'll have some movement.
Looking for her first basket. Krieger. And how about Paldo getting in there at 5'6" to take it away from 6'6". On the drive, laying it off for the layup to Spearman.
When you look over at the Tennessee bench, there are no players over there but one. All you see are black shirts and coaches. Look at that bench over there on the top of the screen.
Everybody else is trying to check in at the scorer's table. Turnover, NC State.
No contact by Trieger in the post, and that's not all her fault. Zoe Brooks has got to wait till she seals to throw it in there, and you got to understand what she can catch. And then what a delivery by Paldo.
Maya Paldo. NC State now has forced it over turned it over for their last 5 possessions. Looking for some paint points. Crawl. Grabs her own miss. Paldo back over to Robertson. 3 won't go. They're going to shoot him. 8th most in the country at 9 per game.
45% of the shots Tennessee takes are outside the arc.
Yeah, there have been 5 times this year, Debbie, they've attempted 40 or more.
They have missed 20 shots, and they have offensive rebounded 8 of them.
That is the 2nd foul on Zoe Brooks. That's huge for NC State. She sits down with 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Held ball will go to NC State.
Westmore really animated over there, thinking that his team got fouled on that rebound.
Well, you talked about Lunan and Quigley needing to give them some big minutes. With Brooks out, that's even more essential. Maybe it's time for Pierre to go to work.
Yes,
and she's got her first basket. It's good inside-outside combo.
NC State staying in that zone this whole quarter.
Well, and it's working. Tennessee is 1 for 8, Debbie. They have 1 basket. Make it 2 as Prahl leans and hits.
They're ready for the run and jump.
Trieger helps out Samuels. 2-on-1. Cadence will keep and score.
If you handle the run and jump when they bring 2 to the ball and you move it quickly and look to attack, you'll get numbers. That is a perfect example of a 2-on-1 on the backside of pressure.
Attack that press.
This also allows NC State, I'm not saying they're resting on defense, but it gives them a chance to catch their breath a little. Make Tennessee execute.
Off the drive and dish, and Samuels has a hold of it. And Civil with a foul way down court. 5 subs coming on for Tennessee.
Here's the run and jump. You got to get to the middle of the floor, and Kaishi Lunan does a great job of handling the pressure, pivoting, and Trieger sprints to catch and make herself available, and then 2-on-1 backside layup.
Lunan taking over some of the ball handling duties, and she's called for the offensive foul with a push-off. NC State was, West wants a faking whistle.
Well, there was an extended arm there.
Yep.
But, oh boy, that's a flop. From that angle, it's a flop.
But it's Tennessee ball. Spearman over to Boyd. Another 3-ball, long rebound, breakaway, NC State. Zam Jones has now scored or assisted on 22 of their 34 points.
How about Camille Pierre plowing a little space up the floor? Tennessee should play inside out to set up their threes.
Yep. Spearman off the bounce. And hard off glass. Pierre with her 4th rebound.
And Pierre can break pressure. She can handle up the floor when NC State needs it.
The transfer from Vanderbilt. She's very familiar with playing Tennessee. Gets a shot block there. Krieger into the lane. The skyhook won't go.
Five out, nobody in the paint, nobody's cutting through the zone.
Very stagnant.
It's really staying on the perimeter. Now see, when you play through the short corner in the dunker spot, you are gonna get a wide open shot if you move the ball.
Shot clock winding down. Cooper off one leg, knocks it down.
Tennessee looks a little fatigued.
Pierre posting up on Hurst. Good spin, hangs and hits it. Loves playing against Big Orange.
That's her shot. Baseline jumpers. That's where she gets most of her offense.
Her last 2 games against Tennessee, as a Commodore, 21 points, 11 rebounds her average. Cooper hits a couple in a row.
Cooper, the only lady ball in double figures with 12.
NC State continues to play without Zoe Brooks, sitting with 2 fouls. Pierre drives and misses the one-handed layup. No guide hand on that one. Offensive rebound, number 9 for Tennessee in the first half.
They've taken 21 threes, and they've taken 16 twos.
Shooting just 32% so far in this first half, and only 14% from deep. Another offensive rebound. Cooper, 3rd basket in a row.
Look how the tempo of the game is slowed down, right? It's fatigue factor for both teams.
Cooper's got 14. Here's Zam Jones leading all scorers with 15. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Winner moves on to the second round to face Michigan.
Yeah, that's a foul. Her hands are all over. You can go hot touch as much as you want, but you can't leave your hands there. And look at the sprint. Camille creating a little space. Zam Jones with the finish, and then a nice little turnaround jumper for 2.
We'll see if she can get one. 1:53 left.
Well, she's made the last 3 shots in a row for Tennessee, but with this system, this is one of the things that you see. Disappointment that she is checking out of the game and is replaced in the lineup for the time being.
She'll be back in a minute or
10
so.
different guys have played. You don't always stay in there when you have the hot hand, and even though she's made 3 in a row, other Lady Vols will try and keep chipping away at the deficit.
And without Janiyah Barker, who's not available with illness, out of the game. Here she comes. She wasn't even out for 30 seconds.
Cooper is back, checking in.
You need some help, right? I mean, like, you just need someone else that could do. You got to ramp up your defense a little bit, and I think that's what Kim Caldwell wants her team to play. All out, relentless, full court, in your face, suffocating defense.
They have a chance to do some damage with Zoe Brooks sidelined with 2 fouls for a lot of this second quarter.
I can tell you back in the day, when Pat was coaching, you couldn't get open on the wing. Trust me, I had trouble getting open on the wing.
That just wasn't against Tennessee, though, Devin.
Oh, yes, it was.
Spearman settles for the jump shot. They do not attack the paint. Pierre looking for some help.
NC State surviving without Brooks.
Oh, nice play by Pierre.
Fouls.
This almost got picked off. Lunan, trail 3. In and out. Cooper, look at her scramble after that and get the loose ball. Final minute of this first half. Cooper for 3. Does not get the bounce. Offensive rebound, Prawl. And a held ball will stay at this end of the floor.
Caldwell all the way out on the floor, almost to mid-court.
Tennessee will inbound underneath with Nia Robertson. Off the hands of Cooper, and a breakaway the other way for Samuels. Spearman gives chase. And Cadence gets the lay-in.
NC State's had a lot of layups here in this first half.
Shooting 64% from the floor.
Back to the man-to-man.
Really tough pass to handle, otherwise that was an open three.
Yeah, she's only made 6 corner threes all season, so.
They end up all right. Paldo on the drive, steps through. Trieger came to help out and bother. Shot clock's off for State. Sam Jones fouled on the drive.
Tennessee foul on number 55.
Zam continues to draw a ton of fouls in this first half. She's got 15 in the first half. No free throws here, so 4.5. Inbound to Pierre. Missed the first, not the second. Offensive rebound, Camille Pierre. And a 40-29 halftime lead for NC State. Her 8th rebound of this first half, and it's a big one for the Wolfpack. Let's send it all game. And now for tonight's Need to Know, brought to you by Invesco QQQ. The numbers for Tennessee and NC State offensively. And let's get it over to Jess Sims.
Beth, I caught up with Tennessee's coach Kim Caldwell as she was coming out of the locker room, and she said offensively we need to keep shooting the ball. She said we're rebounding pretty well, so you need to have confidence when you shoot, knowing it's either going to go in or one of your teammates is going to get the offensive board. Defensively, though, we want to wear them down. They are not playing many players, so we want to wear them down so that in the fourth quarter we can make a run.
All right, thank you very much, Jess. Yeah, you referenced it, Debbie, how much better they are when they attack inside out offensively. They were 50% inside the three-point arc, but just 3 for 22. They took more triples than deuces in that first half, did Tennessee. NC State, same starting 5, so Brooks is back out there to play with the 2 fouls. She only played 11 minutes in the first half.
That's in the act of shooting. She's going to get 2 shots on that. Tennessee did take 15 more shots in the first half. That is one of the things that Kim Caldwell takes a lot of pride in, is extra possessions, offensive rebounds, turning you over. And you look at their shots from, as you mentioned, 2 points. They got 20 points there and 9 from 3. They're going to keep firing the threes. That's not going to change. They've got to do a better job defensively of getting some stops.
And Alyssa Latham has just picked up her 3rd personal foul.
The other thing, too, remember, Beth, I talked about this in the first half, is Tennessee is going to crash the glass. It's not a surprise they had 11 offensive rebounds in the first half. That's a part of what they do. Because they press, you can send 5. You don't need to get anybody back on defensive balance. You're going to the boards, and then you're going to press after you score.
They need to cash in more of those second chances. That was an issue in the first half to get back into this thing. ACC versus SEC showdown in this first round 7-10 matchup.
Let's see if Tennessee would try to get another foul on Zoe Brooks, like put her in a position where she's got to defend. Jumping on that right hand, the Wolfpack, trying to make them go left.
Prahl looking for 3, and she hits the first attempt.
She's just made her 5th 3 of the entire season.
Sam Jones drops it off for Pierre, but then charges into the defender. And a charge taken by Robertson.
Sam Jones, her second, team's first.
I mean, this is just a really good job. Cooper helps off the strong corner. Prahl wide open. And there's the charge after the drop-off.
That was well after the pass had already been made. Cooper, quick to pull the trigger. And they've hit their first couple of threes. Making some noise early here in the 3rd.
Zoe Brooks only played a little over 11 minutes in the first half, so she should be fresh.
Cooper now with 17 to lead all scorers. Trieger with the offensive stick back.
How about that pro hop by Sam Jones? Digging deep into her abilities.
Spearman wisely passes up the initial 3 attempt. They'll look for a better shot. Paldo knocked loose, down on the deck to keep it alive.
Camille Pierre rolled her ankle.
Prahl unabetted to the hoop, and Pierre's trying to shake it off. Still limping as she walks her way towards the low block. Samuels will feed it to Camille. Short on the shot.
Didn't have the same lift.
Nope. Cooper. Numbers the other way. Transition 3 from the corner. That won't go. And Pierre has it. Zam Jones with the run out. And Zam fouled by Paldo. Pierre's going to check out of the game here, at least momentarily.
Watch the hustle right here by Paldo, and I think she rolls right there on the ankle. From this angle, you see it's that left lower leg.
At the line, shooting 2.
So Zam Jones will head to the free throw line. NC State 6 for 7. The Lady Vols have not attempted a free throw yet tonight.
Well, when you attempt a lot of threes, because that's what you do, and you're not getting to points in the paint. You're not being aggressive off the bounce that way. I think they could set up some of their three-point shooting by going inside out.
And an injury on the other side for Tennessee as well. Denia Prahl got, looks like she got hit in the face during that last possession, so she is out right now.
Civil mishandles.
Working on the Pierre left ankle. As we heard Zam Jones talk about win or go home, these players want to get back out there, try and help their teams if they can. Boyd with a tough catch. Civil for 3, tried to bank it in, and a foul on the rebound. As Prahl does get set to check back in along with Cooper. 4 new Lady Vols will check in. The hockey substitutions will continue throughout the night.
Teaching moment right there for Coach Caldwell with one of her high-flying, electric, athletic freshmen. Jada Civil in the open floor is exciting. Just haven't been able to get in the open floor tonight. What a live pass. Oh,
turnover. That's the 11th one that Tennessee has forced, and a foul on NC State.
I think because fatigue is playing a factor for both teams, the game's starting to get a little
ragged. Fresh tape job for Pierre. Tennessee has hit a couple of threes here early in this third quarter. Trying to make some noise. Cooper. She's been the go-to. Quick step to the left. Swirls it up and in. She's got 19.
Such a competitor. Wants to win. You can tell by how much she loves playing. We saw that replay before. She didn't want to come out of the game.
Zam Jones, that's off the mark. And then she gets the steal. Jones backing out, looking for a shooter, and draws her 6th foul already of the game.
I mean, just a great take. No help in the gap. You're trying to make her go left because she's less dangerous that way, but she's still capable. But you're playing the percentages there on the scout.
And number 8, Jersey Wolfenbarger.
In that first half, she had 6 baskets. The rest of the team only had 7. As they were alluding to in the studio, Tennessee's got to give her a little more help. They have starting out this third quarter. Brooks, nice shimmy shake on the perimeter. Her shot won't go. NC State 1 for 8 now to start out the second half. Three ball comes up short. Scramble for the loose ball. And a held ball will stay with Tennessee.
Well, that's what Kim Caldwell talked to us about, those 50-50 balls. Being able to get to a loose basketball on the floor. She had 3 orange jerseys hit the deck on that one.
And Pierre will come back in with the retaped ankle.
Entering the game for the Wolfpack, number 12, Camille Pierre.
And Cooper will inbound here for Tennessee.
Yeah, you go right at Pierre.
Spearman does just that.
It's a smart take.
Yep, Camille holds her ground though, and NC State's got it.
You gotta test that ankle.
Brooks. Can she regain her form after sitting for so many minutes in the second quarter and then the entirety of the half? After a hot start for Zoe, she goes to work on Cooper, gets by her, and then she gets injured on the drive. She's down at the other end of the floor as Cooper gets it to Hurst, and the bounce pass out of bounds to turn it over. It was hard to tell if she took off awkwardly or landed awkwardly. As the athletic trainers help her to her feet. Really guarding that right leg. It's when she landed on it very gingerly, as if it was hurt before she took off. She's already wincing on the shot. So Brooks is out.
Wow, that is not good for the Wolfpack with Camille Pierre and now Brooks with the lower leg injuries.
Under 5 to go here in the third. The winner gets the 2-seed Michigan on Sunday in the second round for a shot at the Sweet 16. Pierre knocked away by Cooper.
Look at Cooper's effort.
Cooper behind the back, into the lane, scoops it up, and it won't go, but she draws the foul.
Wes Moore is really upset on this one. He's been upset. Cooper, inside or out. She has been the most effective, most efficient. All green light for...
It's Zoe Brooks stepping back with the right leg. That is apparently where the injury occurred. You can see she immediately grimaces, is able to take a couple of steps on it and get a shot up towards the rim, but was assisted to the bench and then all the way back to the NC State locker room, obviously able to walk back there. But she leaves the game with 5:02 to go in the third quarter and a 7-point lead. That's where it remains right now. NC State pretty much has led the whole way after hitting their first 8 shots of the night. And they've been up by as many as 15, but Talasia Cooper has been a one-woman wrecking crew for Tennessee tonight.
When you look at Talasia Cooper's shot chart on Synergy, it's all green. It is incredible, the balance in her game, the different ways she can score for Tennessee. That's why I call her their most consistent. She's been their most consistent scorer. She gives them great effort on defense as well.
All green meaning?
Green means shoot it. Like green
anywhere on the floor.
Anywhere you want, she can get you a bucket.
Well, she's made this a 2-possession game. And this highly anticipated first-round matchup. ACC and SEC Blue Bloods. Pierre misses the layup inside. And then the Lady Vols. Oh, nope, tipped out of bounds by NC State. Oh, a lot resting now with Zam Jones, who has been terrific tonight. 17 points, but most of the damage done in the first half for Zam.
Coach Caldwell's like, get the ball in play before NC State decides if they want to appeal or not. That's when I would start tying my shoes, Beth. I just need to, gotta tie my shoe to buy a few more seconds.
Looking for a little extra catch of your breath. On the drive, wild shot off the window is good for Robertson.
What a shot.
One possession game.
You gotta rely on Kai Shi-Lun and the freshman here with the basketball. Gotta make some good decisions.
Pierre. Can she take over here for NC State? Hits the mid-range. Now into double digits.
Poldo has not made a shot tonight either. She's 0 for 6 from 3. She's gonna heat up before the game's over.
Spearman gets the offensive rebound. Robertson on the drive. And is able to knock it off of Krieger.
Wait, she
out of
can't
bounds.
catch her own pass. I mean, that was a shot. She can't.
Did she come back down with it for a travel?
Can she catch that? This is a shot. Can she catch that? Or is it considered a pass? That's why Westmore is yelling at the officials. Is it a pass or is it a shot?
Did not appear to hit anything.
A
On the
pass.
inbound, corner three, good!
That's a big swing. What a swing.
7-2 run here for Tennessee. Sam Jones to Trieger. Big girl can hit him from out there.
Yeah,
And it's out of bounds to the Lady Vols.
Trieger can shoot threes, but she's not a corner three-point shooter. But look at this play right here. This is just a great, easy, throw it in bounds and get yourself open. NC State didn't defend that very well. And now the Wolfpack is back in the zone.
3 threes in the first half for Tennessee. They've got 3 already here in this third quarter. Samuels weak side. Meanwhile, NC State's gone cold. Just 2 buckets in this third quarter.
Trying to take her below the level of the screen.
Sam Jones gets an open look and hits it.
Good call from the bench by Westmore. Good
Her
execution.
first bucket of this half. Spearman running the floor.
Look at Pierre working hard on the block against Cooper.
That's a terrific matchup. Cooper forces her way outside. Sam Jones spins, lost it. Too much dribbling. 3 here to tie it up after a 15-point first half deficit. Not that time.
Still 0 for, she's got 1 3. She's 1 for 6.
Going to be a foul on the Lady Vols, and they're going to get 4 fresh sets of legs in on the whistle.
You got to give it to Tennessee for the comeback, right? With the start that NC State had and a 15-0 run that
they're averaging
survived.
over a 3 a minute attempt.
Well, they're not all good threes. I mean, sometimes they have the wrong people taking them, but they have freedom to take them.
For the 6th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. On the road to the Final Four in Phoenix. 1 more game to go after us. Oklahoma and Idaho to close out the first round. Been pretty much all chalk so far today. And here the 10 seed trying to make the comeback against the 7 seed. Everybody getting a touch this trip. Latham walked with it.
Good help from Pierre. And at least they played inside that time. But sometimes like, Latham was looking to try to pass. NC State did a good job of collapsing on the ball.
Entering the game for the Lady Volunteers, number 11, Z. Spearman.
NC State continues to play now 4 minutes since the Zoe Brooks injury when they had a 7-point lead. More minutes for Kaishi Lunin. So far, the freshman has responded well. And Zam Jones has taken over the point guard duties and draws another foul and almost got a 3.
Here's kind of a weird stat for Zam Jones. According to Synergy, she's 0 for 14 on the right side of the floor in the mid-range. She hasn't made a shot all season in the mid-range on the right side.
She's getting to the line.
She sure
and
is.
Drawing fouls. She's got 20, and she's 4 of 5 from the stripe. Final minute of this third quarter. Let's check in with Jess.
Beth, this morning I watched a video from 10 years ago where 10-year-old Zam Jones made the news because of how serious she was about basketball back then. Her dad said she's always been special and her work ethic is crazy. Everything he lacked as a kid, she has it. And so, as you can see here, nothing's changed.
She's having herself a whale of a night, and NC State has needed all of it.
Playing with great energy, great leadership. Understands time to score right here.
West wants him to hold it for one and get one good one, and Boyd with the foul out by midcourt.
Again, I think in most instances that would be a bad foul because you put somebody to the free throw line, but Tennessee likes to have a lot of possessions. They want to have the last one of the quarter.
So Zam is 7 of 8, hits the first. NC State, Debbie, does have a foul to give if they want to meddle with Tennessee's final possession.
Entering for the Lady Volunteers, number 13, Mia Paldo.
Well, this play ought to be for Cooper.
Cooper's top of your screen, coming to get it. Here she is, Talasia, with 21 points for Tennessee, wanting some more. Off the hesitation, the drive, and a bump. And a foul before the shot, it looks like.
I mean, you go under that action because you want to beat her to the spot and not let her turn the corner going right.
So there was the foul to give, so Tennessee now will have to inbound with 4 seconds to go.
Yeah, you got to get on top of that Cooper action right here, this screen, so that when they pass it to the corner, you can cover it.
Camille got a hand on it, takes a little more time off the clock.
0.3 has to come off the clock, which I believe it did.
Tennessee to inbound way over in the corner. Can't move. Paldo, good closeout by Lunin. Gets a block and denies Tennessee an opportunity. 57-48, NC State in front as we head to the final 10 minutes in Ann Arbor. Well, the injury and illness updates here in Ann Arbor as we get set to start the fourth quarter. This was Zoe Brooks midway through the third on that step back, an injury to her right leg. She went over to the bench, and then shortly thereafter, after removing the sneaker, she was assisted back to the NC State locker room. At that point, it was a 7-point game. And they have the advantage now heading into the fourth quarter on a day for Tennessee that started out well enough, but then unfortunately as the day progressed, they realized they were losing Janiah Barker to illness that came on this afternoon after their shoot-around, And so she has not played at all tonight. Here we go, 10 minutes for a date with Michigan on Sunday here in Ann Arbor.
Big minutes for Kaishi Lunin.
Zam Jones leading all scorers with 24 as Pierre adds to her double-double total tonight. Talasia Cooper with 21 to lead the way for Tennessee.
Really good execution by the Wolfpack. Coming off the timeout.
Latham, no. Scrapping for the rebound. And Tennessee gets a timeout.
We talk about execution. Watch right here, the screen and a nice cut to the basket. Good bucket by Camille Pierre. Great screen by Zam.
So the first bucket of this final stanza going to end past Holy Cross. So the highest seed Michigan has ever gotten. They win as a 2 seed, and they await the winner of this one, NC State and Tennessee, and Kim Barnes-Arico and Natalie Achanwa hailing to the victors and doing a little scouting, Debbie.
Coach Barnes-Arico has had a heck of a year with her team. They are a legitimate 2 seed. They played well tonight, and they're doing a little scout, getting ready for who will be their opponent on Sunday.
Nia Robertson with the layup there. She's got some Louis Carnesecca sweater game going on, by the way, from her days at
St. John's.
St. John. She's got some of the best sweaters in the game. Early in this fourth quarter, no Janiah Barker for Tennessee, no Zoe Brooks for NC State. The first out with illness, the latter out with an injury.
Good execution by Tennessee. This is just, again,
she just got back on the court.
They do a really good job of scoring off the passer and the inbounder.
Cooper. Tennessee has been down by as many as 15. They got within 1 possession, and then NC State was able to re-extend. Trieger with a block. Beth Mullins, Debbie Antonelli, Jess Sims with you. This highly anticipated first round showdown. Tennessee trying to end an unprecedented 7-game losing streak as
Great
Cooper
help.
reaches in and fouls Jones.
Great help in the gap. That was a tripping foul.
Her second. The full court press continues. Will there be a wear-down effect in this fourth quarter for NC State? They hung on to beat Tennessee in a 1-possession game in the season opener in a wild fourth quarter. And they meet again here in the first round. Trieger spotting up, around and out. Pierre with the rebound.
Boy, she fought for that rebound, holding off Spearman.
She's got 11 boards and 12 points.
22 double-doubles on the season for the ACC's leading rebounder.
Cooper can't bank that in. Another second chance opportunity for Tennessee. Robertson steps inside the line, and Pierre's got it.
NC State feels confident with Zam Jones with the ball in her hands.
Sophomore out of Greenville, North Carolina.
And she takes Robertson below the level of the screen, and then she turns, gets fouled. And Camille Pierre, watch her carve out some space and really do a good job of holding off Spearman and then quickly finishing. Look how quick she gets the ball out of her hands to the rim.
Honorable mention All-American from the Associated Press. Third in the country in double-doubles, and now Zam Jones, who has just drawn her 10th foul of the game, is back at the line.
Beth, we've been watching NC State all year, and this is the most chatter I've seen amongst players to each other. You know, Zam is talking. I see Camille doing some talking as well. I haven't seen them do that much on-court conversation all season.
Zam now with 25, 1 shy of her career high. She's 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Almost got another steal there.
Trying to score without Cooper on the floor.
Paldo hits. Trieger will help out against the pressure. Lunan, this is freshman against freshman right here.
You got to pound it right here because Tennessee's going to be gambling. They're going to overplay. They're going to be really aggressive defensively.
Lunan draws the foul on the drive.
You know, we started out talking about NC State having a solution for the full court pressure, the ability to make plays off the bounce, the ability to go unscripted offensively, and they have done so.
How long will Cooper stay out? She just keeps staring at that clock.
Yeah, but that's why she's sitting on the stool, really close to checking in.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship continues. CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. And it is back up to a 12-point advantage, under 7 to go.
Back
and
to the
now
zone.
Cooper will check back in. NC State in that 2-3.
Good recovery to three-point shooters.
They've been able to close out on Hurst. 10 on the shot clock. Spearman, good help from Pierre. Forces her to pick up the dribble. Loose ball, NC State's got it. Zam running with Lunan. Driving baseline, and she draws another foul.
Tennessee has just not been able in the quarter court to keep NC State from getting to the paint. NC State's guards off the bounce. Started the game talking about it, and they have delivered.
Number 55, Talaysia Cooper, and number 12, Maya Poldo.
Well, Wes, I mean, you know, Debbie, he preaches defend without fouling. They commit the fewest fouls in the power leagues. And they've only committed 10 so far. Samuels scores on the inbound, assist Trieger. Cooper gets a touch. She spins. Trieger makes it a tough shot. One and done that trip for Tennessee.
Tennessee really needs to ramp it up right here defensively. They've got to get some stops. If they can get 3 stops, 3 scores. NC State has been able to separate and build a bigger lead off the bounce.
Sam Jones can't knock that one down, and then Pierre is going to get called for the foul. Not a bad one there, as Tennessee was going to have numbers the other way.
What good execution by NC State. Nice cut by Samuels. You can't let somebody cut across the front of your face. You got to beat him to the spot.
It's the second foul on Pierre. She will come off the floor, probably briefly. A whole new set of substitutions for Tennessee.
So does Tennessee's body language, does their effort, where's their energy? They're in this, the way they play, they can get right back in this.
Spearman on the drive, uses glass.
Be ready for the run and jump. Here it comes.
Jones and Kai Shi, for the most part, Debbie, have not turned it over in the middle at midcourt and allowed Tennessee easy layups.
Yep.
Off the crossover, Jones. The pitch out, Samuels open look. Rebound NC State, and they'll burn more clock with under 5 to go.
Tennessee has no fouls to give here either. They might want to start considering at some point they're going to, well, they've been fouling plenty. You know, they're fouling on NC State's guards off the bounce.
Back in a moment. Let's take a look at tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. And what a night for Zam Jones.
You keep making a point about it, Beth. She's drawn 12 fouls. She's done a fantastic job being aggressive, making shots, making plays for her teammates, and playing with incredible energy and great body language. She's 9 for 11 from the free throw line. She has 25 points to go along with 3 assists and 7 made field goals, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line.
And on a night where in the first half, Zoe Brooks was in foul trouble, and in the second half, Zoe Brooks got hurt, Zam has been everywhere for NC State, carrying the load, 25 points. A double-double for Camille Pierre, has stepped up when she's needed to. And they've held Talaysia Cooper to no points so far in this fourth quarter. Just 0 for 2 from the floor.
NC State has done a good job on the glass. They have stayed with Tennessee. They've given up 17 offensive rebounds. And Tennessee's only scored 13 points off those 17.
Debbie, Tennessee has 4.5 minutes to do something about it.
That's a travel.
To make more of the kinds of history that you do not want to make. We've talked about the losing streak. We've talked about historic losses to UConn and South Carolina. This proud Tennessee program has never gone winless in the month of March. They lost their season finale in March. They lost their first SEC tournament game in March. And now they are staring at a major deficit in their first NCAA tournament game in March, as Zam Jones has hit for a new career high 28 points.
I mean, this is a great setup by West Morris Club. They know that Tennessee's overplaying. They know they're going to ramp up their D. And it's the first backdoor look they get all game, and it's perfect timing for the Wolfpack.
Cooper gets the bucket, and her first of this fourth quarter. And now they've really got to turn up the heat.
Here comes the run and jump.
4 minutes to go. Lunen's got to hustle it across midcourt, and West says, well, we're going to get a timeout to talk about this. He's got the full complement to work with.
They have 4 seconds to get it over the timeline.
Yeah. This was a team that, this NC State club that was in the Sweet 16 a year ago, lost to LSU.
2 years removed from the Final Four.
Yes.
Sometimes you just got to survive in advance.
Yep.
Of course, Jim Valvano made that famous at NC State.
Tennessee, in their history, they've been in all 44 NCAA tournaments. They are 35-2 in first round games. That 2009 loss to Ball State, the 2019 loss to UCLA.
I like the way Kim Caldwell's putting some full court pressure here because they got a few seconds to get it over midcourt.
Lunen just barely does.
NC State's done a really good job keeping it out of the corners, not picking the ball up over midcourt. Stay away from the areas that Tennessee really likes to lock in.
Yep, just 1 fourth quarter turnover, and right there, 2. Had Samuels open on the perimeter and tried to force it inside, and then she gets the steal.
Oh my goodness,
Zam Jones has not missed a second of action tonight, and she's got 30.
Zone by NC State.
Cooper looking for 3, no. 1 and done, Cox has the rebound.
Lunen has done a really good job with Zoe Brooks out. Zam Jones has been the best player on the floor tonight.
Samuels, Trieger gets it back out to her. Cox has to hurry. Nope. Play on, say the officials. Tennessee will push. Under 3 minutes to go. Tennessee down a couple of touchdowns here.
Yeah, you got to move the ball. A lot of
and
standing.
Samuels picks off the cross-court pass. Robertson commits the foul.
Tennessee doesn't move, and the frustration starting to mount. If it wasn't already frustrating.
Her 5th personal foul.
And that will be it for Nia Robertson, who fouls out. And Talasha Cooper will check out of the lineup for Tennessee with 2:26 to go.
Shooting 2.
Perhaps the last time this season for her.
Returning to the floor for number 12.
No, she's going to come back in.
Just going to catch her breath here on the free throws and maybe return right away.
Well, she can't come in until some time goes off.
Yes. Samuels hits the first. Free throw story is a huge one here in the second half for NC State. They're now 19 of 22.
Got to push. NC State staying in the zone. Zone really changed the game in the second quarter for Westmore.
The catch back to Spearman from Latham.
They got to score.
They're burning 20 seconds off the clock. 3 ball on the way. That's in and out. Prawl has it, and a foul underneath will go against NC State. Under 2 minutes to go. And the sense of urgency here for Tennessee and Kim Caldwell. The storyline's not trending in the right direction. Uphill battle to try and avoid an 8th straight loss to end their season in the first round.
NC State was ready. And they played well, and they started out well, and they fought to the end. They survived some injury. They survived a little bit of foul trouble in the first half. And they made the plays they needed to make. There was a lot of talk about, you know, NC State's team. Did they look like they played hard? And was Westmore getting the most out of his players? He has no seniors, no leadership. And I kept saying this game was a perfect solution for NC State's issues because the court was going to open up and NC State's guards were going to be able to go unscripted and be able to make plays off the bounce, which they have done all night. That's the difference in the game.
They were 3-3 to close out the regular season, and that included a bad loss to Notre Dame at the ACC tournament. And we were around the team, and I remember Wes Moore talking to his players, don't be a Chihuahua, be a Doberman. Well, they played like the Doberman tonight, and in particular, Zam Jones. Kaishi Lunan may play a career-high minutes tonight with the Zoe Brooks injury and foul troubles.
Well, we'll wait to
Been a
find
big
out the
help.
status of Zoe Brooks, and if Zoe...
That'll be a huge story for them moving forward. Michigan awaits the 2 seed in this region. Offensive foul called on Jones. And is that Zam's 5th? It is.
Number 3, Zam Jones, her 5th personal foul.
So Zam Jones fouls out. Can Tennessee create some chaos here in the final minute and a half? As Devin Quigley will have to come on to replace her. And State's top 2 guards are out. Is there enough time for the Lady Vols? 3, Paldo, no. Offensive rebound, Spearman, back up, no.
Wow, Spearman
She's got another one. Prawl on the drive, rejected by Pierre, and she and Prawl having a chit-chat. That's an old Vandy, Tennessee get-together.
Ooh. She must have got her down below because up top looked like all ball. Little conversation going on.
She's lucky there wasn't more added on there.
For Tennessee, shooting 2.
This is good for Tennessee. Stop the clock. Put some free throws on the board. Set your press.
Zam Jones can only watch with a career-high 30 points tonight for NC State. And now all eyes on Quigley and Lunan to break this press.
They're not letting Lunan catch it.
Kaishi's got it here, and she gets it across. And now they have numbers. Pierre, wide open layup. Final minute.
Good live dribble pass.
Pierre with 14 points, 12 rebounds, and a steal for NC State.
NC State met their passes all night. They took care of the basketball. They pounded the rock. They made their free throws.
Cooper does not get back into the game here in the final 2.5 minutes. And Tennessee will not foul. Lunin on the drive. And fitting that they get another trip to the free throw line as Cooper covers her face on the Tennessee bench.
No Janiah Barker. No Cooper to finish the game in the last 2:20.
Number 7, Kaishi Lunin for the Wolfpack, shooting 2.
And a very intriguing Tennessee offseason about to begin around Knoxville. And what the future will look like for Big Orange.
And 2 huge wins for Westmore over Tennessee this season.
It was all hands on deck for NC State, and they got it done. Led by Zam Jones, and a double-double for Camille Pierre. And the rest of the Wolfpack did their jobs well. Took a couple of punches when they had to, responded each and every time. And it's the 7-seed NC State eliminating the 10-seed Tennessee. And North Carolina State wins to advance to a second-round date with Michigan on Sunday. Tennessee's season comes to an end at 16-14. Kim Caldwell walking off the floor as the Lady Vols bow out. An 8th straight defeat to close out the year, and NC State moves on.